guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is vlog number 4 and today we're going to be talking about some basic tips and kind of like a survival guide for surviving the University of Windsor. And these skills and tips can be applied to any university, but there are a few that are kind of just for our university only, and those can be more information on that can be found in the description below. Excuse me, can't talk today. Okay, so basically my very first tip that I tell all students is to use the university online used bookstore. So everyone's like, when I tell them this, they're like, what, there's a used bookstore? It's not actually a bookstore. It's like this Facebook page that you go onto and you literally just look up UWin, like UWIN, online used bookstore. And so when you look this up, it'll bring you to a page and you have to click on join the page, and then an administrator will let you in. And so what happens is people basically post all of their used books and they post the prices of them on there. It's kind of like Kijiji, if you're familiar with that. Basically what happens is students can find a book they want to purchase and it'll be like a used book. They can see what the condition of the book is, how much it costs, and it's always half the price of a normal textbook. And so it's just really smart for people who want to save money, because normal textbooks can be anywhere from $50 to $500. The prices are insane. And so for someone like me who really wants to save some money, I definitely love using this site, and I think it's just so easy and it's so accessible for anyone. So my next university survival tip is kind of more general, and this just basically is reading your textbooks. Now, if you're a first year student and you're really overwhelmed, oh my god, I have 5 textbooks for 5 courses and they're all 5,000 pages long, and you're I'm never gonna be able to get through this. Don't worry, you will. You will definitely learn how to read by the end of university. And if you're not a reader like me, you're gonna have to be straight up, I can't even say it any other way, you have to read in university. And I recommend reading 1 chapter before your class. Basic university tip, and that is to study in advance. Now again, if you're in your first year and you just got out of high school, you might have had a lot of courses where you study the night before or the day of, and you absolutely cannot do that in university. If you start to do that, you are going to become very overwhelmed very quickly, just like I did. So what I would recommend is, if you have a midterm or an exam that's worth 5 chapters or something like that, study at least 5 nights in advance and do 1 chapter per night. That way, if you study for an hour or 2, you can get done your other homework, you can finish your other things, and you can just kind of relax for the rest of the night, and you're not that overwhelmed. If you try to study 5 chapters in 1 night, you're going to be so overwhelmed and you're never going to get through it all, and you won't retain any knowledge because it's just too much for one person to handle for 1 night. And so I definitely think that you should try to study a couple nights in advance. If it's a heavier chapter or if it's a heavier course, you're going to want to study at least a couple weeks in advance, especially for final exams, because it can get crazy. Let me tell you, it's very overwhelming, and well, it's a lot of work. That's basically that's my overall university tips. And I think that if you're in your first year, these tips can really help you, and you really gotta follow them, because I'm telling you, they are your tips for survival in university. So let me know what you guys think of these tips. If you have any other general thoughts or other tips that you think would be really helpful, if you leave them in the comments below, it'd be really helpful for other students. Let me know if you guys want to see anything different in the next upcoming videos, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.